Tonight, the stunning departure. The acting Pentagon chief is out. Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan withdrawing his nomination amid reporting on his family and alleged domestic violence. Tonight, did President Trump know? What was the vetting? And now several top spots at the Pentagon still have not been permanently filled amid tensions with Iran and the U.S. sending an additional 1,000 troops to the Middle East. Meantime, President Trump launching his re-election campaign tonight. Thousands lined up in the rain in Florida. The president now threatening to deport millions. But what he said today when he was asked why senior officials in his own administration said they had no idea there was any such plan. The horrific images tonight, the police officer dragged. Authorities say speeds reaching 60 miles an hour. The officer pleading for his life. Millions from Colorado to the East Coast tonight bracing for storms and possible severe flooding and the tornado watch. Ginger Z is standing by. Another American tourist dead in the Dominican Republic. What happened this time? And the tourist was just 55 years old. And the alarming sight right off New Jersey tonight, the close encounter with the great white right beside the boat. The major bust right off the East Coast tonight. What was discovered worth $1 billion. And the former NFL player missing tonight.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And we begin with that explosive headline today, the sudden and unexpected departure. Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan abruptly withdrawing from the confirmation process. Shanahan disclosing a history of domestic violence incidents involving his family, and now questions tonight about the vetting process. Did President Trump know? The decision to step down comes amid growing tensions between the U.S. and Iran, and just 24 hours after the Pentagon announced it would be sending an additional 1,000 troops. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz leading us off.
Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan delivered the stunning and unexpected news to the president in the Oval Office this morning. He would be withdrawing his name from the confirmation process, although the president did offer to defend him.
He's a terrific person, and it's a difficult time for Pat, but he's going to take a little time off for family service and for working things out.
And it is his family that is at the center of Shanahan's resignation. The acting secretary saying in a statement, "I believe my continuing in the confirmation process would force my 3 children to relive a traumatic chapter in our family's life and reopen wounds we have worked years to heal." A traumatic chapter involving charges of domestic violence less than 10 years ago. The Washington Post reports police were called to the Shanahan house to find him with a bloody nose. Both Shanahan and his then-wife Kimberly accusing each other of physical violence. Police only arrested Shanahan's wife. He later dropped the charges.
I'd like to acknowledge my 3 children who have accompanied me here today.
In 2011, an even more alarming incident involving his then 17-year-old son, Will, in a violent altercation with his mother. ABC News obtaining the arrest report, which described Will grabbing a baseball bat and striking the back of her head. Police say she attempted to defend herself by firing his air gun pellets at him. The incident left her unconscious on the floor with a bloody head wound, fractured elbow, and fractured skull. The Post reports Shanahan wrote a memo to a family member in support of his son at the time of the incident, which said use of a baseball bat in self-defense will likely be viewed as an imbalance of force. However, Will's mother harassed him for nearly 3 hours before the incident. Shanahan telling the Post he now regrets that statement, saying he didn't know the extent of his ex-wife's injuries and was trying to keep his son out of jail, and does not believe the attack was self-defense or justified. Tonight, the president facing questions about when he knew about these incidents and why they didn't come out in the vetting process for the acting defense secretary.
I had heard about it yesterday for the first time. We have a very good vetting process, and you take a look at our cabinet and our secretary is very good, but we have a great vetting process.
The White House naming a new nominee, the widely respected Army Secretary Mark Esper, who will need Senate confirmation.
And Martha Raddatz with us live tonight. Martha, with Mark Esper now moving to the acting defense secretary role, there are a number of top positions, as you know, at the Pentagon that have not gotten Senate approval.
There are several big positions, David. In addition to the defense secretary, there's the deputy defense secretary, the Air Force secretary, and the chief management officer. Of course, that comes at a time of escalating tension with Iran. Shanahan just approved those 1,000 additional troops yesterday to the region. But the president tried to assure everyone today about the situation in Iran, saying the administration, David, is very well set. David.
It is still unsettling timing, all of this. Martha Raddatz leading us off. Martha, thank you. And of course, all of this unfolding as President Trump officially launches his 2020 re-election campaign tonight with a major rally in Orlando. In fact, thousands have been lining up in the rain there, the crowd beginning to fill the Amway Center tonight. And ahead of the rally, the president now saying he will deport 1 million undocumented immigrants next week. But what he said today when asked why officials in his own administration said they had no idea there was any such plan. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl is in Orlando tonight.
It looks more like a movement than a campaign.
No Trump!
Some started camping out yesterday. By the rainy afternoon today, the line was extending as far as the eye could see.
America first!
Before taking off for Florida, the president took to Twitter with a message aimed directly at his diehard supporters, saying next week ICE will begin the process of removing the millions of illegal aliens. It's unclear what the president is talking about. A senior administration official told ABC News the deportations described by the president are, quote, not imminent.
Immigration officials say they don't know anything about a planned roundup of millions of people next week.
Well, they know, and they're going to start next week.
Despite the hardline rhetoric on immigration, the president's signature campaign promise,
Who's going to pay for the wall?
remains unfulfilled. There have been only 45 miles of wall built, all of it in areas that already had a barrier. There has been no new wall built in areas that did not already have a wall or a fence. What about the wall? Are you disappointed that's not built yet?
No, I mean, it's getting built. I mean, if the Dems would just knock it off, we would have had the wall by now.
The number of illegal border crossings have skyrocketed, hitting a 10-year high in the month of May. But his supporters here are still very much with him. What's it going to take for him to win?
What's going to take for him to win? More crowds like this. And he's doing the right job.
All right, let's get to Jonathan Karl with us live from inside the president's rally there in Orlando. And John, this is a long way out, we know, but a new poll tonight does seem to show a challenge for the president in Florida up against several Democratic candidates. Let's look at the numbers here. Joe Biden leads him in Florida 50% to 41%. Bernie Sanders ahead 48% to 42%. Elizabeth Warren out in front too, 47% to 43%. And John, you don't need me to tell you, Florida, of course, is an all-important state for President Trump.
Well, he won in Florida last time around. It's a big part of the reason that he is president today. And David, if he is going to get reelected, he is almost certainly going to have to win again here in Florida. That's a big reason, big part of the reason you see him launching his campaign right here in Orlando.
He's starting right there. John Karl with us live. John, thank you. Next tonight, the frightening scene in Orlando. A police officer dragged and injured during a traffic stop. Authorities saying the car was speeding up to 60 miles per hour. And the officer can be heard telling the driver, "You're killing me." Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Sir, how much weed's in the car?
There's no weed in the car.
The driver pulled over in this traffic stop with expired tags and suspected of having pot in his car is in jail tonight on much bigger charges, accused of trying to murder this police officer with his car.
All right, I see a little bit of shake right there on your center console, all right?
That's Orlando police officer Sean Murphy. You see him convince 25-year-old Xavier Askew to get out of the car on May 9th. The driver, now suspected of a drug-related probation violation, runs back to the car, puts it in gear,
Stop, or I'm gonna shoot you.
and races off with the officer hanging out of the window, holding on for dear life.
Officer. Dude, you're killing me. Stop, stop. It's attempted murder.
The police report says he was driving at 60 miles an hour and refused to stop.
It's a dead end. You're gonna crash.
He does crash into a parked car.
Dude, you almost killed me.
The officer was able to tuck his legs into the car and avoid any serious injury. He is back on the beat again tonight. David?
And that is good news, Steve. Thank you. Now to the deadly storm slowly moving across the country tonight from Colorado all the way to the East Coast. Heavy rain and flash flooding, in fact, across several states. A tornado touching down near Kinsley, Kansas today. A powerful thunderstorm hitting Abilene, Texas. That was this morning, and this system hovering over the Northeast until Friday. Several days of this, so let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee doing double duty along with me all week long. Hey, Ginger.
David, you can see it right now. This persistent rain, the low clouds that are covering the bridge behind me. There have been up to 3.5-hour delays, and that's just the annoying part, not even the dangerous part of this storm. Let me take you straight through it. The flood watches that extend all the way back through West Virginia, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the severe thunderstorm watch that includes Washington, D.C., Baltimore, all of Delaware. Then it's all along this tropical moisture riding on that front that is stationary. That's what it means, right? It doesn't move much. It's got a tornado watch for much of Kansas, Wichita to Topeka. The severe storms tonight, that threat moves east. Nashville, Memphis, Dallas, all included tomorrow, David. So we'll be here watching the same storm system.
All right, I'll see you on GMA in the morning, Ginger. Thank you. We are learning more tonight about the death of another American tourist in the Dominican Republic. He was found dead in his hotel room after telling friends he wasn't feeling well, and at least 9 American deaths have now been reported in just the last 12 months. This time, he was just 55. Here's Lindsay Davis.
Another American family is demanding answers tonight after yet another death in the Dominican Republic. 55-year-old Joseph Allen, a father from New Jersey, found dead in his hotel room this past Thursday. His sister tells ABC News that her brother was, for the most part, healthy. Allen is at least the 9th American tourist to die in the Dominican Republic in the last 12 months at different resorts across the island. The family of Layla Cox, a 53-year-old radiologist from New York, is also asking questions.
Nobody can give me a solid answer on how she passed away. Everything is being misdirected and misskewed. I get new information every single day.
It was just 2 weeks ago when Nathaniel Holmes and Cynthia Day, seen here kayaking on the island, were both found dead in a DR resort. Autopsies performed on the island said they died of respiratory failure and pulmonary edema. The husband of Miranda Werner says she died after drinking from a minibar in her hotel room.
Officials in the DR said that they have 2.7 million American visitors there every year and that deaths are very rare. They remain resolute, saying that at this time there is no evidence that the deaths are connected. David.
All right, Lindsay Davis on this again tonight. New developments this evening in that police confrontation causing an uproar in Phoenix. Authorities are bracing for possible protests during a community meeting tonight. And this evening, police now releasing this surveillance of the family accused of shoplifting in a store, moments before officers surrounded them with guns drawn. ABC's Adrian Bankert in Phoenix again tonight.
You're gonna get shot! Just days after this controversial encounter with officers sparked outrage, Phoenix police are releasing video from inside the store where they say a family was shoplifting moments before officers drew their guns. The video allegedly shows Drayvon Ames taking merchandise without paying. He and Aisha Harper's 4-year-old daughter talks to another woman with them who abruptly leaves. The 4-year-old walks out with a large doll.
We paid for the things we was getting and we left.
But that video appears to show no one paying for anything. Minutes later, officers stop Harper, who is pregnant, Ames, and their 2 children at gunpoint.
When I tell you to do something, you do it. I am. I'm replaying those images of a barrel in my face over and over.
The couple tells us their kids are traumatized.
She's been having nightmares and wetting the bed, and she hasn't done that.
The mayor and police chief have apologized. The couple says that nothing justifies how they were treated.
The investigation is ongoing. Those officers are on desk duty, though the couple wants them fired. There's a community meeting with city leaders here tonight to discuss what happened. David.
All right, Adrian, our thanks to you again tonight. And overseas this evening, an alarming piece of video tonight would appear to be a health scare for German Chancellor Angela Merkel. She appeared to be sick and unsteady, her body visibly shaking when she met the Ukrainian president today. The two outside her office in very warm weather as a military band played their national anthems. Merkel, who turns 65 next month, says clearly she did not drink enough water. She says she is okay tonight. And back here at home, a major settlement for victims of the deadliest wildfire in California history. Pacific Gas and Electric agreeing to pay $270 million for igniting the campfire that decimated the town of Paradise. More than 80 people were killed, more than 13,000 homes destroyed. Butte County receiving nearly $570 million total to settle wildfire claims. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. The new images tonight, the close encounter with the great white shark, the huge predator right off the coast here in the Northeast. And after those 3 shark attacks, tonight right here, one of those survivors describing the moment she was pulled under, thinking it was a family member playing. Also ahead tonight, the legal victory for a father who lost his son at Sandy Hook, who took on conspiracy theories that claimed the mass shooting never happened, that it was a hoax. A major headline in the case. And the